This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. Today we're here at Wolf Creek Golf Club in Mesquite, Nevada. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports, set to bring you all the action out on the course. And Frank, what can you tell us about Wolf Creek?
Well, it's a mesmerizing layout. You can see from above, Rich, in amongst all these sort of canyon areas and boulders and that. I've never really seen a golf course like this. It's like Disneyland for the golfers. It's phenomenal, and each hole has a totally different look. It's hard to imagine you can build a golf course in an area like this.
That is a monster hit right there. He carried that more than 350 yards. Frank, what does the shot into this first green look like?
Well, it's back a little bit up the hill. Bunkers left and right are really the biggest concern, but a well-flighted shot to this three-level green will be well rewarded. This looks like it's going to find the target.
That is just an outstanding shot right there. And now a chance for an eagle. Getting set now over the putt. Frank, can't fault him there trying to make an eagle.
It's a rare bird, but the pleasure of making one, well worth the effort.
Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
For the par. Did the job right there. Here at the par 4, 445-yard second hole. Severe dogleg to the left. What's the best play here, Frank?
Well, that tee shot, Rich, is so intimidating, so you don't necessarily have to hit driver. Club decision is probably going to be important here, because if you hit driver, you've got to take it down over that left side, all over the canyon area. So if you hit 3-wood, you can play a slightly more conservative tee shot, but it is going to leave you a longer second shot to a green that's well protected on the right side by bunkers. But really, if the wind's not blowing, this is a really good, fun hole to play. Look at the vistas.
Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another.
Frank, here we go again. Another shot from the rough.
Yeah, let's see if he learned his lesson.
Well, that's what separates the good players from the great players. The ability to get it that close from that kind of lie. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Putt drops. Now at 1 over par. Frank, 227 yards from the back tee here at the par 3/3. This is all you want.
Well, that's for sure. Plays a little longer than that, too, by virtue of playing uphill. Thin air might negate some of that. There's going to be a good shot just to keep the ball on the green. One of the smaller greens here. This is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. And into the thicker stuff.
Let's see if he can bludgeon this one out.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Well, the stats say that is a green hit in regulation, but it's not yet a par on the card. Very tough putt coming up. Well, that's disappointing. That's a drop shot at number 3. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Oh, man, just slides by. And only a tap in left. Good putt. Nudge this one home, finish it up. Bit of a struggle early on, 3 over. Back to the tee here at Wolf Creek. A lot of sand along the right side of this fairway leading up to the green, Frank.
Yeah, I can't even count how many bunkers they got down that right side. It's easy to see where not to go. So obviously you want to get that ball up on that left side. And then really it's just a short pitch across. Yeah, this hole's only 383 yards, and it won't even really play its distance. But, of course, you've got to be careful. It's not long, but fairway first once again here. You can see all the problems around there if you do miss this fairway.
Now the approach here at the 4th, Frank.
Just a short iron really is all that's required across this green. You can see it has a raised front, but this is more like trying to parachute a shot onto the green there. And should really be looking at a birdie opportunity there. Not much wind. Remember, you're playing in the thin air, so just judging that distance.
Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage, and you're not going to birdie every hole.
Routine stuff for Rory. That's a par. How about this hole, Frank? Par 5, 5th.
If you stand on this tee for the first time, you've got virtually no idea where you've got to aim. Do you aim it left of those bunkers? Do you aim it over the sort of the canyon? Really, the answer is how far do you hit it, because that is going to determine the line that you hit it on. Avoid the water, that little stream. You can always have a drink on the way if you want to, I guess. Second shot plays uphill, but this is a relatively short par 5, so very reachable. But you've got to see, you've got to flight that second shot. You want to make sure that ball's coming in nice and high to this green that's perched up.
So from the rough back to the fairway, that's the right way to go.
Yeah, didn't take the bait. And at least now he's only going to play the price of a poor tee shot. Still got a good chance, though, getting away with par.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Starting to climb back at +2. Here at the 6th, 447-yard par 4. Pretty good hole, Frank.
Yeah, probably a layup hole, too, for the longer hitters. Something out there around the 280, 290-yard mark to make sure you don't go it in the stream. Obviously, it's a dogleg right, as you can see. The canyon on both sides is sort of well-defined, so you know where not to go. Second shot plays a little bit back up the hill to a green, once again, that's anything other than flat. It's fun. You've got to make sure you get that ball on the right tier if you want to have a birdie putt here.
Let's see what Matt...